Have you ever dreamed of a place that feels like a secret? A place whispered about on the wind, far out in the middle of a vast blue ocean? That place is the Azores. It is a string of 9 beautiful islands like emeralds tossed into the Atlantic. They belong to Portugal, but they feel like a world all their own. This isn't the Europe of busy cities and crowded landmarks. This is a Europe that is wild, green, and wonderfully untouched. It's a destination that invites you to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to reconnect with something real and powerful. It's a place where nature is still the main character in the story. Imagine stepping off a plane and the air is different. It's clean, soft, and smells of salt and flowers. That is your first welcome to the Azores. These volcanic islands have been a well-kept secret for a very long time. For centuries, they were just a quiet stop for sailors crossing the ocean. Now, they are opening up to travelers who are looking for something more than just a holiday. They are for people who want an adventure that touches their soul. Here, the journey is not just about seeing new sights. It is about feeling a deep connection to the land and the sea that surrounds you. The real magic of the Azores is its authenticity. It's a place that hasn't changed itself for tourists. Instead, it invites you to become a part of its daily rhythm. You'll find that life here moves at a gentler pace. The roads wind through rolling hills dotted with black and white cows, and tiny villages are clustered around whitewashed churches. There is a sense of peace that settles over you almost immediately. This is not a place for rushing. It is a place for wandering down a coastal path, for sitting and watching the clouds drift over a volcanic crater, and for simply being present in the moment. So, I invite you to come with me on a journey. Let's explore this hidden paradise together. We will discover landscapes that will take your breath away, meet people whose kindness will warm your heart, and find adventures that will remind you how wonderful it is to be alive. The Azores is more than just a destination, it is an experience. It's a place that stays with you long after you have returned home. It's a reminder that there are still corners of the world where wonder and magic are very much alive and waiting to be found by those who seek them. The landscapes of the Azores are like something from a storybook. They were born from the fiery power of volcanoes, and they tell a tale of creation and time. One of the most famous sites is Sete Cidades on the island of São Miguel. When you stand at the viewpoint, Vista do Rei, you look down into a massive volcanic crater. Inside, there are 2 lakes resting side by side. One is a deep shimmering blue, and the other is a vibrant, mysterious green. The legend says they were formed from the tears of a princess and a shepherd who were forbidden to love each other. It's a place of pure, breathtaking beauty. Another jewel of São Miguel is Lagoa do Fogo, which means Lake of Fire. To get there, you drive up a winding road through thick green forests. When you reach the top, the view opens up. Below you is a stunning, pristine lake of the purest blue, cradled in the heart of a wild volcano. There are no buildings, no boats, just nature, in its most powerful form. You can hike down the steep trail to the lake's white sand shore. Down there, it's quiet and peaceful. You feel like you have found a secret world, a place untouched by time, where you can feel the immense power of the earth. Not all the volcanic wonders are above ground. The Azores has a hidden world of caves and caverns waiting to be explored. On Terceira Island, you can descend into Algar do Carvão, which is an actual empty volcano. You walk down a tunnel and emerge into a huge, moss-covered cavern that feels like a natural cathedral. Light filters down from the opening above, illuminating the space with an ethereal glow. On Pico Island, Gruta das Torres is one of the longest lava tubes in the world. With a helmet and a torch, you can walk through this dark underground tunnel, seeing the strange and beautiful shapes left behind by flowing lava. Then there is Pico Mountain itself, the highest point in all of Portugal. It stands on Pico Island, a majestic and almost perfect volcanic cone that rises straight from the sea. Climbing Pico is a challenge, but it is an unforgettable adventure. You hike over ancient lava flows and through changing landscapes. The reward is a view from the top that is simply incredible. On a clear day, you can see several of the other Azorian islands floating in the ocean below. You feel like you are on top of the world, standing on a peak that was forged by fire and shaped by the wind and the sea. The Azores is an adventure playground created by nature. One of the most moving experiences you can have here is whale and dolphin watching. The islands are a sanctuary for more than 20 different species of cetaceans. You can join a tour on a small boat with marine biologists who love and respect these animals. The moment you see a magnificent sperm whale surface or a pod of playful dolphins leaping alongside the boat is pure magic. It's a powerful reminder of the incredible life that fills our oceans and the importance of protecting it. You feel so small, yet so connected to the vastness of the sea. For those who love to explore on foot, the hiking trails in the Azores are world-class. There are paths for every level of fitness, each offering its own unique reward. You can walk along the rim of a volcanic crater, with stunning views in every direction. You can follow a trail that leads you through dense, ancient forests to a hidden waterfall where you can take a refreshing dip. On the island of Flores, the trails take you past dozens of waterfalls cascading down green cliffs. Each step you take is a chance to discover something new, to breathe in the fresh air, and to feel the earth beneath your feet. The volcanic nature of the islands also means there are natural, hot springs. In the Furnas Valley on São Miguel, the ground itself is alive. You can see steam rising from bubbling pools of water and mud. Here, you can relax in the Terra Nostra Garden's large thermal pool. The water is a warm orange-brown color because it is rich in iron and other minerals. It is incredibly soothing for your body and soul. There are also smaller, more natural hot springs hidden in the forest, like Caldera Velha, where you can bathe in warm pools surrounded by giant ferns and lush greenery. The adventure doesn't stop at the shoreline. The clear, blue waters of the Atlantic make the Azores a fantastic place for scuba diving and snorkeling. You can explore underwater volcanic landscapes, swim through arches and caves, and encounter an amazing variety of marine life. You might see graceful manta rays, colorful fish, and maybe even a gentle sea turtle. For those who prefer to stay above the water, you can try coasteering, which combines climbing, swimming, and cliff jumping along the rugged coast. Or perhaps you would enjoy paragliding, soaring like a bird high above the green hills and blue ocean for a truly breathtaking perspective. The food in the Azores is simple, honest, and deeply connected to the land and sea. It's a cuisine that tells the story of the islands. One of the most unique dishes you will ever try is cozido das furnas. This is a hearty stew made with different kinds of meat, like beef, pork, and chicken, along with vegetables like cabbage, carrots, and potatoes. What makes it so special is how it's cooked. A large pot filled with all the ingredients is lowered into a hole dug in the hot volcanic ground. It is then left to cook slowly for about 6 hours, using only the natural heat from the earth. The result is incredibly tender and flavorful. Because the islands are surrounded by the ocean, the seafood is as fresh as it gets. In any seaside village, you can find restaurants serving the catch of the day. A popular choice is grilled limpets, or lapas. They are served sizzling in a pan with garlic butter and a squeeze of fresh lemon. They have a unique, chewy texture and a wonderful taste of the sea. You can also enjoy fresh tuna, swordfish, and a local fish called boca negra, or blackmouth rockfish. It is often grilled simply with salt and served with boiled potatoes and a fresh salad. It's a perfect, simple meal that lets the quality of the fish shine. Cheese is a very important part of Azorian culture. The islands are famous for their happy cows, which graze on green pastures all year round. This results in delicious milk that is used to make amazing cheese. The most famous is Queijo de São Jorge, a hard, aged cheese with a sharp, tangy flavor. It is wonderful on its own, with a slice of fresh bread. or paired with local honey or jam. Each island has its own special cheeses to try, from soft and creamy to firm and mature. Visiting a local cheese factory is a great way to learn about the process and sample the different varieties. No meal in. The Azores is complete without something sweet, and the islands have their own special treats. The pineapples grown on São Miguel are small, sweet, and incredibly juicy. They are grown in special greenhouses, and you can visit the plantation to see how it's done. You must also try the bolo levedo, a slightly sweet, fluffy, muffin-like bread that is perfect for breakfast or as a snack. On Terceira Island, look for the quejadas da Dona Amelia, which are small, dense cakes made with honey, cinnamon, and other spices. They have a rich history and a flavor that is truly unique to the islands. The culture of the Azores is a beautiful blend of tradition, faith, and a deep connection to the community. One of the most vibrant expressions of this is the Holy Ghost festivals, or Festas do Espírito Santo. These festivals take place on all the islands between May and September. They are a time of great celebration and sharing. Each town and village has its own festivities, which involve colorful parades, brass bands, and a special ceremony where a crown is placed on the head of a local person. But the most important part is the spirit of generosity. Large pots of Holy Ghost soup, a rich beef and bread soup, are prepared and shared freely with everyone in the community. Music is really woven into the fabric of daily life here. You might hear the traditional sounds of the viola da terra, a special 12-string guitar that is unique to the Azores. Its beautiful, bright sound often accompanies folk songs that tell stories of the sea, of longing, and of love for the islands. In the evenings, you might find a local bar where musicians gather to play and sing. It's not a performance for tourists. It's just a part of their culture. The music is heartfelt and authentic, and it gives you a real sense of the soul of the Azorean people. Honestly, it's a wonderful way to connect with the local culture. Family and community are the cornerstones of Azorean society. People have a strong sense of belonging and a tradition of helping one another. This is a place where neighbors know each other, and there is a real communal spirit. You can see it in the way people gather in the village square in the evenings, or in the way they work together during the harvest. When you visit, you are often welcomed not just as a tourist, but as a guest. People are genuinely happy to share their home and their culture with you. This warmth and hospitality is one of the most memorable parts of any trip to the Azores. The connection to the past is also very strong. You can see it in the architecture, with the beautiful black volcanic stone used alongside whitewashed walls. You can see it in the traditional crafts, like the intricate embroidery from Terceira or the pottery made from local clay. And you can feel it in the stories and legends that are passed down from generation to generation. It's a culture that respects its history and its roots, while also looking towards the future. This blend of old and new, of tradition and progress, is what makes the Azorean culture so rich and fascinating to experience. Finding the perfect place to stay in the Azores is part of the adventure, and the options are as diverse as the islands themselves. For those who want to immerse themselves in nature, there are incredible eco-lodges and retreats. These places are designed to have a minimal impact on the environment while offering maximum comfort. Imagine waking up in a beautifully designed wooden cabin surrounded by forest with the sound of birds as your alarm clock. Many of these lodges, like the Santa Barbara Eco Beach Resort on São Miguel, blend modern luxury with a deep respect for nature, offering direct access to the beach and stunning ocean views from your private balcony. If you prefer something with a bit more local character, consider staying in a boutique hotel or a restored manor house known as a. These properties are full of history and charm. They often feature beautiful gardens, traditional architecture with volcanic stone walls, and antique furniture. Staying in a quinta feels like you are stepping back in time, but with all the modern comforts you need. Places like the Quinta das Mercè on Terceira Island offer a sense of grandeur and peace, set in a historic estate overlooking the sea. It is a wonderful way to experience the elegance of the island's past. For travelers who are on a budget or who simply want a more independent experience, there are many wonderful guest houses and self-catering apartments available. These are often family-run, which gives you a great opportunity to connect with local people and get insider tips on the best places to visit. You can find charming apartments in the heart of historic towns like Ponta Delgada or Angra do Heroísmo, putting you within walking distance of great restaurants and shops. Or you could rent a small cottage in the countryside, where you can enjoy the peace and quiet and feel like a true local. And of course, you can stay right by the sea. There are lovely hotels and guest houses located in small fishing villages, where you can fall asleep to the sound of the waves. Imagine starting your day with a walk along a black sand beach, or enjoying your morning coffee while watching the fishing boats come and go. On the island of Faial, the Pousada Forte da Horta is a hotel built into a 16th century fortress offering incredible views of the Marina and Pico Mountain across the water. No matter where you choose to stay, the natural beauty of the Azores is never far away. As the sun sets over the Atlantic, the Azores transforms. The nightlife here is not about loud clubs and flashy lights. It is about something much more gentle and authentic. The evenings are for slowing down, for connection, and for enjoying the simple pleasures of life. A perfect Azorean evening might start in a small, cozy bar by the sea. You can sit outside with a glass of local wine or a cold beer, watching the sky change colors from orange to pink to deep purple. The air grows cool, and the sound of the waves provides a peaceful soundtrack to your conversation. In the main towns like Ponta Delgada or Angra do Heroísmo, you will find a relaxed and friendly bar scene. The streets of the historic centers come alive, with people strolling, meeting friends, and enjoying a drink at an outdoor cafe. One of the most beloved spots in Ponta Delgada is Baía dos Anjos, a bar that looks out over the marina. It is a great place to feel the local vibe. You might also stumble upon a bar where local musicians are playing traditional folk music. The atmosphere is warm and welcoming, and it feels less like a performance and more like you have been invited into someone's living room. For a truly magical and relaxing experience, you can visit one of the thermal hot springs at night. Places like Poça da Dona Beija in Furnas are open late, and bathing in the warm, mineral-rich water under a sky full of stars is an unforgettable experience. The pools are lit with soft, ambient light, and steam rises into the cool night air, creating a mystical atmosphere. It is the perfect way to soothe your muscles after a day of hiking, and to feel completely relaxed and connected to the natural energy of the island. It's a spa experience created by nature itself. The evenings in the Azores are also a time for stargazing. Because the islands are in the middle of the ocean, there is very little light pollution. On a clear night, the sky is simply breathtaking. You can see the Milky Way stretching across the heavens like a glittering river, and thousands of stars shine with an incredible brightness. You can just lay on a blanket in a field or on a quiet beach and look up in wonder. It's a humbling and beautiful experience that reminds you of your place in the universe. The quiet magic of an Azorean night is something you will carry with you. While the landscapes of the Azores are stunning, the true soul of these islands is found in its people. There is a quality to the Azorean character that is hard to describe but easy to feel. It is a blend of humility, resilience, and a deep, genuine warmth. The people here have lived for centuries in a place of great beauty but also great power, shaped by the volcano and the sea. This has given them a profound respect for nature and a quiet strength. They are not people who boast. They are people who welcome you with a gentle smile and an open heart. Authenticity is a word you hear a lot when people talk about the Azores, and it truly applies to the people. They are incredibly down-to-earth and real. When someone asks you how you are, they genuinely want to know. They are proud of their islands, their traditions, and their way of life, and they are happy to share it with visitors. You might be invited into a home for a coffee, or a fisherman might stop to show you his catch of the day. These small moments of connection are what make a trip here so special. It's a place where human kindness feels abundant and natural. This connection to nature is a fundamental part of who they are. Most Azorians have a relationship with the land or the sea, whether they are farmers, fishermen, or simply enjoy hiking on the weekends. They understand the rhythms of the seasons and the importance of living in harmony with their environment. This is not a new trend for them. It is a way of life that has been passed down through generations. They have a deep, intuitive knowledge of the islands, and they are the best guides you could ask for. They can show you the secret spots that you would never find on your own. The spirit of the Azorian people is one of quiet contentment and gratitude. Life is not always easy on a small island in the middle of the ocean, but there's a strong sense of community and a belief in helping one another. They find joy in simple things: a meal with family, a conversation with a neighbor, a beautiful sunset. As a traveler, you can't help but be touched by this. It reminds you of what is truly important in life. The kindness and authenticity of the Azorian people will be one of the most precious souvenirs you take home with you. As you plan your journey to this incredible archipelago, it's important to remember that you are a guest in a very special place. The beauty of the Azores lies in its pristine, untouched nature. And it is our responsibility as travelers to help keep it that way. This means embracing the principles of sustainable and responsible travel. When you are here, think about making choices that support the local community and protect the environment. Choose to eat at local restaurants, buy crafts from local artisans, and hire local guides. Your visit can make a positive difference. There are some practical tips that can help you explore responsibly. Always stay on the marked trails when you are hiking. This protects the delicate plant life and prevents erosion. When you are whale watching, choose a certified company that follows strict guidelines to avoid disturbing the animals. Be mindful of your waste. Carry a reusable water bottle to reduce plastic use, and always take your rubbish with you, especially in natural areas. Little actions, when done by everyone, have a huge impact on preserving the beauty of these islands for generations to come. Getting around the islands is part of the fun. Renting a car is the most popular option, as it gives you the freedom to explore at your own pace and discover hidden corners. The roads are generally good, but they can be narrow and winding, so drive carefully and enjoy the scenery. To travel between the islands, you can take a short flight with the local airline, SATA Air Azores, or, during the summer months, you can use the ferry service. Island hopping allows you to see the unique character of each of the 9 islands, from the green hills of São Miguel to the volcanic vineyards of Pico. The best message to carry with you to the Azores is one of respect. Respect for the powerful nature that created these islands. Respect for the culture and traditions that have been preserved for centuries. And most of all, respect for the warm and welcoming people who call this paradise home. Come with an open heart and a curious spirit. Come ready to slow down, to listen, and to connect. If you do, the Azores will give you more than just a holiday. It will give you an unforgettable adventure, a sense of peace, and memories that will truly soothe your soul.